If you're wondering how I took this classic shot of a sandpiper and you'd like to click similar pictures, then I'll show you how in this video. I want to tell you about my favorite way of clicking wildlife. It's from a boat. That way you can get super close to birds, almost looking them in the eye. It's way better than taking pictures from the show where I have to point my camera down at them. I love clicking eye-level images of sandpipers, wagtails, bar-headed geese, and other shorebirds. In the early days of December, the mornings were quite cold at Bharatpur, with temperatures lower than 10 degrees Celsius. The canals were full of water, and there weren't any islands for the birds to rest on. But by February, things changed. The afternoons became a bit warmer, around 28 degrees Celsius. The water level went down, and small islands began to show up. This was great because birds now had spots to sit on, which meant that we could get nearer to them. We would inch closer to them in our boats and wait, and then go a little bit more closer. I clicked this picture in March when the late morning sun is usually too harsh for photography. But this was an overcast day. Overcast days are fantastic for photography because the sunlight is diffused by the clouds and wraps around everything nicely, making two-dimensional images appear three-dimensional. Having a long lens, like 500 millimeters, was a big help. It meant I could take really detailed photos, even from far away. My primary intention is always to make large size prints of my pictures, and for that reason, I'm hesitant to increase my ISO beyond 400 to prevent digital noise. My cameras take decent pictures even at 800 ISO, but using a lower ISO value results in better color reproduction. In the manual mode, I set my ISO to 400 and aperture to 5.6, which was the widest setting on my 500mm lens. The shutter speed was 1/800th of a second, which is handy to overcome the instability of the boat. I click all my pictures in the manual mode so I don't have to leave any creative decisions to my camera. This helps me to avoid unpleasant surprises such as blurry pictures due to slower shutter speeds or motion blur when the subject is moving too quickly. We see many bowbirds in the area, such as wagtails, pied kingfisher, baya weavers, swallows, and eagles. It was like a bird party out there. Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary is a man made wetland created by the Maharaja of Bharatpur in the 1800s as a hunting reserve. Now, it's a protected sanctuary and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's one of the most vibrant bird parks in the world. I often wonder about the people who explored these waters a century ago, who they were, and what special tools they used to get close up views of the birds. You may have discovered this video through my book, Wildlife Photography Explained. My book will show you different ways in which you can click super sharp pictures of wildlife in different situations. For example, when I take pictures from a boat, I always use a bean bag to help me hold my camera steady. It's way easier than using a tripod or even a monopod. I like to use lighter lenses on a boat, so that way, if I can't use a bean bag, I can still hold the camera steady with my hands. I can even take clear pictures when the light is low and the camera needs to use slower shutter speeds, sometimes as slow as 1/60th to 1/200th of a second. I'm Girish Menon and I'm the author of Wildlife Photography Explained, Practical Tips from India's Jungles. I wrote this book with a clear goal in mind, to show you that you don't need many months of planning or a long time away from work to enjoy wildlife. In fact, even a couple of days out in nature will bring you pure joy. Immerse yourself in breathtaking visuals and clear instructions to help you to click pictures of your own. If you don't have a copy already, then show your support by grabbing it now. The purchase link is waiting for you in the description below.